Hi, Jeff here today to talk to you about a new energy exercise, the Triple Purifier. So what is it good for? Well, it is good for releasing pretty much anything. Body, mind, emotions, that kind of aspect. That's where the triple aspect comes into that, and we'll get into that in more detail. So you can use this as a welcoming procedure. It's just a breathing exercise where we seek to welcome in that which is difficult. So anything that you're currently experiencing, like right in the moment, you're experiencing some trauma, some despair, some anxiety, some worry, or you've got some mental thought ruminating in your head that you just can't kind of get it out of your head, you could use the triple purifier to welcome that into your heart space, into your heart chakra, as a means of purifying that energy. So let's dive into a few more details here. So energetically, we're talking about the concept or the idea that there's a main central channel through your torso or through your body. We might reference your spine there as that pathway. You can think of the root chakra at the bottom of your torso and your crown chakra at the top of your head, that this energy pathway runs up and down through your body, connecting all of your chakra centers, those energy centers, the first, the sacral, the third, the solar, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. But what we're really saying here then is just to note that that central channel connects the chakra centers, and then especially I'd like to focus on the idea of the heart chakra. So if you think of attributes of the heart, you might come up with ideas of things like gratitude, compassion, love, kindness, those aspects. So what I would really suggest when you're going to seek to use the triple purifier to welcome something in, that you would be welcoming it into the heart space. So visually, mentally, that's where you would envision the energy or the thought pattern or the emotion, whatever you're feeling, is going to be taken from or invited from wherever it is into your heart space. So think of the heart space as being vibrating at an energy, ideally, unconditional love. So not this conditional love, where the conditions, I love you if. There is no if. Unconditional love, pure love, all the time. Nothing changes it. Nothing can change it. So think of your heart space vibrating at that level of frequency or at that level of energy. So there, you can think of this beautiful space, this brilliant, amazing light or energy at a high frequency that is connected through that central channel, and presumably then that central channel functions at or operates or flows at that high frequency level as well. So then if we experience a situation where there's some anger, and that anger is like this low vibratory energy of anger, and maybe you might discover it in your head, or you might have a feeling of it in your gut, and there might be other attributes that follow along with it. So what we're looking to do then is 3 breaths, where one, you think of the body aspect of yourself. So where, as you're experiencing the trauma, the trigger, the despair, the whatever, where in your body do you kind of feel it? And then just take a moment to note that where it might be. And then from that generalized area, you're going to breathe in slowly through your nose, ideally, and calmly, and try to transition from the feeling and the sensations you have in the body to the heart space, and try to settle into, or just accept that that space is loving or full of love, and you're going to invite this anger from wherever it is within your body, even if you can't identify it, just the mental intention that I have this anger, but I'd rather welcome it into my heart. That you could, as you take an inhalation, then you could envision wherever this is, doesn't matter, right? Or you could even say in your mind, or say out loud if you want, I'm accepting this anger and I'm welcoming it now into my heart space. So typically if you're not in public and it's not obtrusive or anything like that, you could lay your hands in your heart space, close your eyes, you could breathe in and envision wherever the anger is, that it's just being drawn right into the heart space. And then this low level of anger kind of idea, vibration, comes into this beautiful space at the heart and has no other option but to become more love. It's just the power and the frequency of your unconditional love in your own heart space is so vibrant that you invite these other lower frequencies of energy in. They have no option but to just be overwhelmed by and taken over and become more love, more joy, more happiness. So you would just do that, breathe peacefully in, envisioning in your mind's eye where this anger is, or this trauma, or this difficulty you're feeling bodily wise, inviting it into the heart space. Breathe in, you might even hold your breath for a moment or two, and then you might exhale and allow during that exhale that mentally, again, you're prepared or accepting that this can transform from anger to become more love, more joy, more excitement. So you do it on the body level, then you can move on to the mental level. Are there any thoughts behind that anger, as this example is going around anger? Any thoughts around that? I blame so-and-so. I can't stop being angry. I'm so mad at myself, and this loop is happening, and you're just in this mental loop over and over and over, coming up with all these ideas over and over that are just building more or putting more negativity or more energy into the anger, as in this example. So you just, again, maybe note if there's a thought or two or not, or just take the idea that I'm acknowledging I have multiple thoughts, or possible many thoughts, or one thought about this emotion or this trauma or this difficulty. And again, I'm going to pause and invite wherever that energy is residing in my system to be welcomed in. So again, you can breathe in, maybe lay your hands on your heart, briefly hold your breath there, again, eyes open, eyes closed, and then you exhale, and through the exhalation you possibly again think mentally about the transformation happening, right? So we're just open to the anger, the thought pattern coming in and being released. Okay, so there's level 2. The third level then, to make it a triple purifier, is then we would go to the emotional level. So thinking of the heart itself, if the heart were the machine or capacity or creator of emotions, wherever that emotion comes up and feels like, again, it might come from the heart space, sure, but wherever you might be feeling the sensation or the feeling of the emotion or the intensity of the emotion, or multiple emotions in any one situation or scenario, again, the idea is to notice and recognize what's there. Take a second, invite it, welcome it. This isn't key, that you're actually acknowledging it's there and then you're welcoming it in. Again, you can use the hands in that gesture if you like to breathe in and direct the thought, the energy, through your intention, through your mind's eye. You're drawing this energy into your heart space. Again, you breathe briefly, slowly, calmly breathe in, briefly hold the breath. Exhale if you like. You can use a nice sigh. And then you can kind of just take a mental note. How does that feel after having done 3 calm, slow breaths and acknowledging maybe these 3 aspects of any issue, any challenge, any difficulty, and see how your body feels. Maybe there's a nice quick shift. Maybe you've noticed it's lessened, but maybe there's a little residual left. So maybe you could repeat the process and go back and think, is there any more body? Breathe that in. Is there any more mental? Breathe that in. Is there any more emotional residing left over? Breathe that in. So there you have it. There's the triple purifier. And then when you get really good at that, you could probably do, as I might do in energy therapy sessions with clients, we envision all of these things being acknowledged and noted. We identify them in an actual energy therapy session with muscle testing and find out what or where these challenges are. And then in one fluid motion, we make that intention to breathe all of that lower vibrational energy of body, mind, heart into, or emotion, into your heart space, to be purified, to be transformed, to be changed. So what I'm saying is, if you practice this, you can then probably do all 3 levels at once. Just notice the whole system, your whole system, energetically, again, mentally, physically, and emotionally, all those aspects, and you could possibly, through one single breath, possibly with practice, breathe that into your heart space, take the pause, and exhale, envisioning that nice, beautiful transformation from this metamorphosis, right? From whatever this challenge or trauma was to coming out in this beautiful bloom or blossom or butterfly on the other side of that. And again, past that, you might even be able to just mentally do all of that without hands even needed, where you might actually be able to use that in real time, in real space, like when you're at the grocery store or something and something happens, you might just be able to notice because of your practice, that you have these levels of challenge that might be there, and you possibly just breathe slowly, calmly in. Or don't sigh out loud if you're in the store, and you allow the welcoming of these things into your heart space so that they can be changed or modified or purified from the beautiful energy within your heart space. So there you have it, the triple purifier. You can use that anytime to help lessen some challenge or difficulty. So thanks for watching and learning about the triple purifier. And while I have your attention, I'll also tell you about energy therapy sessions that I offer. So those are a form of using muscle testing to identify trapped emotions you might carry, or limiting belief patterns you might have, or bodily imbalances that are within the body. We use muscle testing, having my subconscious brain talk to your subconscious brain. We identify these things, and then we do this exact same process. We look to purify those energies and release those energies from your system so that you can possibly find and experience more joy, more happiness, more resources for your immune system to look after your health and vitality. So if you are interested in learning more about that, you can look in the description below and you'll find more details on how to visit my website, or to check out spaces where you can learn more about other energy exercises, as well as, again, the energy therapy sessions. And I'd be super pleased to work with you and help you to find more health and vitality. All right, thanks for your time. Peace. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.